You have heard it countless times. The pursuit of happiness, follow your bliss, do what makes you happy. Happiness has become a goal, a benchmark, a measure of success. There is nothing wrong with happiness. It is a wonderful feeling, like sunshine on your skin or laughter in your belly. But when happiness becomes the meaning of life, you set yourself up for disappointment. Happiness is an emotion, fleeting by nature. It comes and goes like weather. Building your life around it is like building your house on clouds. When the wind changes, you have nowhere to stand. There is a deeper question to consider. What makes life worth living beyond the pursuit of feeling good? Imagine a landscape where the sun always shines and nothing ever changes. At first, it seems idyllic. There are no storms, no discomfort. But after a while, you start to crave variety. Without contrast, the sun loses its magic. Happiness is like that sun. If you were happy all the time, it would cease to feel special. It would become the norm, unremarkable. This doesn't mean happiness is meaningless. It means it is part of a larger ecosystem of emotions. Sadness, anger, fear, and boredom give happiness its context. They teach you what matters, what needs to change, and when to appreciate what you have. A life that chases happiness exclusively can become shallow because it avoids the depths where growth happens. Philosophers and psychologists have long debated the meaning of life. Some suggest it's about virtue, others about love, and others about self-actualization. Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist who survived concentration camps, wrote that meaning is found not in pleasure, but in purpose, love, and even suffering. He observed that those who survived extreme conditions often had a sense of purpose, a reason to endure beyond immediate happiness. Frankl's ideas resonate because they acknowledge the full spectrum of human experience. Purpose is not always pleasurable. Love is not always easy. Growth often involves discomfort, yet these are the threads that weave a meaningful life. When you focus solely on happiness, you miss these threads. Consider a parent caring for a sick child. There is nothing happy about sleepless nights, hospital visits, and watching a loved one suffer. Yet ask that parent if their life is meaningless, and they will say no. They find meaning in their love, in the small victories, in the quiet moments of holding their child's hand. Or think of someone training for a marathon. They wake up early, their muscles ache, they run in the rain. The process is not always joyful, but crossing the finish line fills them with a deep sense of fulfillment. The meaning comes from commitment, perseverance, and self-discovery. These examples illustrate that meaning often lies beyond immediate pleasure. There is also the danger of mistaking temporary happiness for a meaningful path. You might take a job because it pays well and allows you to buy what you want. It makes you happy at first, new clothes, fancy dinners. But if the work itself drains you, happiness fades. You might realize that you're spending your life doing something you don't care about. The temporary happiness of consumption doesn't outweigh the emptiness of meaningless work. Alternatively, you might pursue a relationship because it feels passionate and exciting. But if it's built on superficial attraction rather than shared values, the happiness dissipates, leaving confusion. These experiences teach that happiness can be a byproduct of meaning, but it cannot substitute for it. Finding meaning often involves asking difficult questions. What do I value? What am I willing to struggle for? What kind of relationships nurture me? What talents do I want to develop? These questions might lead you to decisions that don't always make you happy in the moment. You might choose to move to a new city, leaving behind friends for a chance to grow. It might be lonely and challenging, but the meaning lies in the courage to follow your path. Or You might choose to leave a secure job to pursue work that aligns with your values. It might bring uncertainty, but also a sense of rightness that happiness alone could not provide. Meaning requires sacrifice, commitment, and sometimes hardship. Happiness tends to be self-focused. How do I feel? What makes me comfortable? Meaning expands your focus. It invites you to participate in something larger than yourself. This could be community, art, nature, spirituality, or a cause. Imagine volunteering at a food bank. It may not be fun. You might feel tired and see heartbreaking situations, but you also feel connected, useful, part of a human fabric. You get glimpses of gratitude and resilience that you might miss in your day-to-day. This connection provides a sense of belonging and purpose that happiness alone cannot. It's important to clarify that meaning does not exclude happiness. They are not opposites. Happiness can be part of a meaningful life. You can find joy in meaningful relationships, in work you care about, in learning and creating. The difference is that when the inevitable challenges arise, meaning sustains you. If you lose your job, your sense of meaning might come from your skills, relationships, or a belief in your ability to adapt. Happiness will waver, but meaning remains. In this way, meaning provides resilience. It's a compass in a storm. Without it, the ups and downs of life can feel arbitrary and overwhelming. So, how do you cultivate meaning? Start by paying attention to what makes you feel alive beyond comfort. Notice moments when time seems to stand still because you are engaged in something that matters to you. Notice what makes you angry, because anger often points to something you care about. Reflect on times when you felt proud, not because of external praise, but because you did something that aligned with your values. These clues guide you toward purpose. You don't need a grand mission. Meaning can be found in small acts. Listening to a friend, tending a garden, learning a new skill, advocating for someone's rights. It can be found in commitment to honesty or kindness. It can be found in curiosity. In practical terms, you might choose to spend less time chasing highs and more time investing in what matters. This could mean reducing screen time to focus on a hobby. It could mean spending money on experiences with loved ones rather than things. It could mean volunteering. It could mean having difficult conversations to improve a relationship. These actions might not make you happy immediately, but they build a foundation of meaning. Over time, you might notice a quieter, steadier joy, one that isn't dependent on circumstances. A life worth living isn't about constant happiness, it's about richness. It's about being present through joy and pain, laughter and tears. It's about connecting deeply, contributing, and growing. When you stop treating happiness as the meaning of life, you free yourself to experience the full human tapestry. You allow life to be messy and beautiful. You find happiness woven through meaning, not separated from it. In this way, happiness becomes sweeter because it arises naturally from living a life that matters.